So it's been a while. Let's talk about it. I was getting very, very good at having a constant uploading schedule every single Friday, and I was really proud of myself. Ow, I just hit my head. Took the lipstick off because it looks like a child applied it, even though I'm not a child, and I'm not gonna try again because it's just gonna look even worse. So the last 3 weeks, life has been coming for me and everything, so I just haven't had the time to upload, you know? Like, I met SpongeBob. I had a midlife crisis at the age of 22. My dogs don't love me now. They love my dad more than they love me. It's kind of upsetting me. And so just like a lot has been going on. But enough about that. I am actually planning on posting a life update if any of you care, but I'll do it in a separate video. That's not why you clicked on this video.
Slowly kisses passing by. Slowly kisses passing by the river.
The story of the one time that my car got broken into 3 separate times in one day. It happened my sophomore year of college when I didn't have my current vehicle. I had a 90, I want to say it was either a 97 or a 99 Jeep Grand Cherokee. I loved this car to death. Amazing car. However, this car, because it was as old as I am, it came with many problems. My sophomore year of college, it was giving me all the issues that you could possibly imagine. So my car became unusable and I was waiting to maybe take it and get it fixed. So my car had been sitting at my apartment complex for an entire week unused. I had been walking to school. One night I was in rehearsal because I was a theater major in college, and I get a text from my roommate saying your alarm is going off in your car and I can't get it to stop. Where are your keys? And I told her where my keys are, and she tried and get my car to stop honking, and she's like, I can't get it to stop honking. I think maybe possibly something happened with it. So I'm like, okay, and I ask if I can leave rehearsal because my car is being a nuisance to the entire apartment complex in my entire neighborhood because it won't stop honking. I get home, and after inspecting my car, now keep in mind this car is honking and honking and honking and honking still. I finally figure out how to get it to stop somehow, and I come to the conclusion that somebody was trying to get into my car. At this point, me and my roommate and the other people we are with, like our apartment complex neighbors, had to come downstairs. They were also college students and kind of had been saying that they saw somebody messing with my car, but they said that they had seen a car, that person like drive off in a car. Literally right as we were talking about this, the exact same car they described drives by, and they're like, that's the car that it looks like. And so I'm like, yikes. Okay, so we go inside and I'm like freaking out. We call the cops and kind of report what's going on, and they say, okay, well, we can't get anyone out there right this second, but we'll just take down your information, etc., because the car is fine. Nothing has happened to it yet. Right after I get off the phone with the dispatch, my car starts going off again for a second time. It starts honking and honking and honking and honking and honking. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This is so scary. We call the cops and I go outside and no one's there. Again, called the cops before going outside, and like, I have to explain, one of the windows of my apartment looked directly at my parking spot of where my car was at the time. So like, we looked out the window, there was nowhere there. My car had started going off again. So clearly this person like tampered with it like for 1 second before leaving again because it started going off again. So, and I guess the reason why my car was a target is because once you leave a car, I guess something that criminals do, according to the police officers I talked to, is if they see a car that is left for long periods of time, it's either assumed that the person is gone, like on vacation, or that the car's not in use, so it becomes an easy target. And like I said, my car I had not been using because I was having some issues with it. So I had been sitting in the apartment complex parking lot for an entire week. So we go out there and we try and get the car horn to stop honking because the alarm's going off again. And we get it off, but now it's every time I open the car, even if the door is unlocked, it starts honking. So we don't know exactly what to do. We called the cops and we're like, hey, I don't know what's going on, someone tried to break in again. And while we are outside, I see this car driving by again. We call the police again and they say, okay, well, we'll be over, it'll be this, the cop is like this far away. So we go back inside to wait because that creepy car has been driving by again. And like, I don't know what you're supposed to do in this situation, but like, I'm freaking out at this point. I have this taser that someone gave me as a gift, and I'm like shaking in my apartment and like holding it, like, and any like little sound is like setting me off. Like someone knocked on the door and I like freaked out and I was too scared to open it, so my roommate had to open it, and it ended up being my friend at the time who had come over and was like, hey, what's going on? I hear all these things happening and we just wanted to check on you after you left rehearsal in such a rush. So we're now waiting with our friend and my roommate for this cop to arrive, and I kid you not, my car goes off a third time. We run out there because the cops are clearly not here, and we're like, maybe we have the time to catch this person. But by the time we are out there, again, there is no one there. And my car is freaking out. It won't stop going off. Like, we cannot get it to go off. At this point, the cop arrives after all this time. Like, this has taken place over a couple of hours and we cannot get my car to go off, so it's blasting the horn, the alarm for a good 15 minutes at least straight, just straight. And we're like, hey, we don't know what to do, the alarm keeps going off. He takes out the battery, he takes off the wire of the battery. I don't know how to say that in a non-stupid way. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. So that the car stops blaring off. And we're like, okay, cool. And we report it to the cop and he was like, well, we'll see what we can do. There's not like a whole lot we can do about it because you guys personally didn't really see the vehicle and the vehicle didn't drive by again. So the cop said he'd be on the lookout for the vehicle, but we didn't know what the person looked like exactly or any of that. So the cop said they couldn't do a whole lot about it, but they filed a report. And well, he basically said that, I mean, the battery is unplugged, so nobody could do anything with the car anyway. The next day, we decide that maybe the car will work if I reset the battery or replug it. I sound so stupid when I'm saying this. Rewire the battery and the car starts blaring again, like will not stop. And at this point I'm like, well, I need to get my car fixed somehow or something anyway, because it's been sitting here for a couple days. Like, I cannot go forever with a non-working car that every time it doesn't even have to be turned on for the alarm to just start going off, like no matter what. So we decide that we have to drive this car to the mechanic. I have no idea how else to do this with the horn blaring, and ask them to just fix it right there on the spot. So we call dispatch, we let them know that we're driving the car to the mechanic, and this is the most embarrassing moment of my life, is driving my Jeep across town while the horns are blaring non-stop with everyone looking at me because it looks like I stole a car, but really it was my own car, and oh my gosh. It was so stressful. And I get to the mechanic and like I'm immediately like, can you just turn it off? And the guy goes up, he flips the hood up, and he just turns a switch that I had no idea existed, and the car immediately stops honking, but it's still able to be turned on because he didn't unplug the battery or whatever. Upon further inspection, they said that it looks like when the person who was trying to break into my car was trying to get in, they mixed up wires in my driver door so that the horn would automatically be going off. And then they were like, we'll charge you this much to fix it because it has to be hooked up to a computer and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm not spending that much money. So I just had the horn turned off for the rest of the time I had that car. So if that person wanted to break into my car again, they probably would have been able to, and I would have not known because the alarm no longer worked thanks to them. And I think that the real kicker is that the police never got back to me, never heard anything else about that person who had tried to break into my car because they didn't have a whole lot of information besides the description of the car to go off of. They didn't really see the person. It was late at night. And yeah, that's the story of the time that my car got broken into 3 times in one day. My poor little Jeep, bless its soul, was working so hard that day to let me know that someone was trying to take it away from me. Anyway, that's all I have for you. I'm hoping to keep with a more consistent uploading schedule now that my life is hopefully just settling down a bit. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload, and comment down below what you think of my crazy situation, and if you've had anything like similar happen to you for some awful reason. I'm so sorry. And anyway, thanks for watching. Bye!